Toni Storm has retired from professional wrestling. A social media behemoth has been announced for Full Gear, and WWE have edited out a controversial Raw moment. It's time for the news. Following her loss to Mariah May at AEW's All In 2024, one person that we've not seen on our screens as far as AEW goes is the wonderful, timeless Toni Storm. She has given an absolutely amazing, in character, we'll make that very, very clear, interview with SB Nation, and has claimed that she is now retired from professional wrestling. She started apologizing to her fans.
She did. She said she apologized for being such a failure to them, adding that they won't be seeing her in AEW, New Japan Pro Wrestling, or CMLL, or anywhere else for that matter in wrestling, saying she's failed at everything, stating, "I lost in AEW, I lost in Japan, I lost in Mexico. This is the last you'll hear from me again. Enjoy Mariah May as your champion. You can all enjoy that."
She continued saying that she hasn't even spoken to AEW president Tony Khan about her decision to hang up the boots, saying that this is going to be when Tony Khan learns about this. He's learning at the same time. He will be absolutely mortified by this news. She said that then we're never going to hear from her again. Fans won't hear from her again. She's currently in an undisclosed location. No plans to make another appearance in public. And then she concluded the interview with the words, "Chin down, tits in. Don't bother watching for the shoe." Right, take it with a big old grain of salt, right?
Yeah, of course.
It's an absolutely fantastic interview. I don't think anybody in AEW does the character work better than Toni Storm. We've been saying it for the longest time. I loved her reign. I loved her dropping it to Mariah May, who is on top of the world right now. I think that Mariah's doing really good stuff. Also, she's almost definitely not retiring. She's saying she is, of course, but this is, as I say, very, very much in character. What do you make of it, Andrew?
I love it because it's just so on brand for her, and I think everything, like she said, she's lost in Japan, she's lost in Mexico as well. She lost her prize, the AEW Women's Championship, and it's just been a decline there for her, and like, it feels like the right thing for her to do, to just play into her character so much. It's almost like, I guess, with the whole movie star thing, when a movie star gets to the top of the game and then there's like that gradual decline there, it just feels like she's playing into that, and it's really, really cool. I can't wait to see how she spins it next, because she's just an incredible person who just reinvents herself all the time, or adds little tiny bits to this gimmick already just to make it even better.
She was already pretty unhinged. You get the impression that she's going to be a lot more unhinged when she comes back. I think that's one great thing about the losses outside of AEW. They all play into her AEW character. Like, if she had gone away and then won loads of matches, it wouldn't have been effective. So the people following those matches outside of AEW, it just doesn't make sense for her to go and win loads. She should be losing and losing and losing, and then she comes back as a complete and utter nutter. I think like she is one of WWE's biggest losses. If we discount the people who are already like made men, your Edges and your Daniel Bryans and your Samoa Joes, I think her and Swerve are the two that they really didn't capitalize on fully, both of which are doing just amazing, big stuff in AEW. So that's it. Hang up your boots. Hang up your boots in tribute.
What? I can't take. They're on tight. I tied them really tight.
He's got Velcro.
I don't have Velcro.
Last night, a surprise AEW in-ring debut for one Bobby Lashley. So this is his first match in the company. He's obviously got the big match against Swerve Strickland at this weekend's Full Gear. However, he did compete last night in a 2-on-1 handicap match against Joe Keys and Cheeseburger. Lashley picked up, obviously, a very easy win. Keys passing out on the Hurt Lock in just over 2 minutes. I mean, it was 2 minutes and 5 seconds. A very dominant display. 4-1 Bobby Lashley. What do you make about him not having the in-ring debut on the pay-per-view? I
don't mind it too much. Now, because I was thinking about it and I was like, maybe it's a good idea to get somebody in the ring. Like, he's not, I assume he's been training and stuff in an AEW ring, but I think it's different, isn't it? When you've been in a company for so long and then you move to something different. Wrestlers have said before, the ring is different, the space is different, the ropes are different. Like, I think it's a good way just to get him in there, to get him familiarized with what he's going to be,
Yeah, for
do
sure.
it on Saturday.
As an audience, I don't think we necessarily need a reminder that Bobby Lashley is a dominant force to be reckoned with, but maybe for people who haven't seen his WWE work, if there are any of those, then it's nice to see Bobby Lashley just beat up a couple of lads in a couple of minutes.
Poor cheeseburger.
Poor cheeseburger. The Rizzler has been announced for Full Gear. This is he
does all this
You look
now.
just like him, just like him. In a backstage interview last night on Dynamite, Big Boom AJ, and his little mate, what's he called? Big Justice.
His little
Big
mate,
Justice,
that's his child.
His little child, announced that the Rizzler will also be present. What are you doing?
Nothing.
Pissing about. Will also be present at Full Gear. He's going to be ringing the bell when AJ picks up that win against QT Marshall. You know what? I've grown to like 2 of these and then not one.
Yeah.
The other one. Right. I like Big Boom AJ, who is the adult male.
He's the wrestler.
He's the wrestler. I've grown to like him because I don't know. There's something about his face. He's got a nice smile or something. Because they pop up on my Instagram all the time. I don't follow any of it, but I keep getting suggested their videos. And I like the Rizzler with the one who's ringing the bell. I've gone right off Big Justice.
Why have you got? What's he done?
He's very problematic. No, he's. I was watching a clip of a live stream, and Big Justice bloody broke kayfabe. He called the Rizzler. He called that one his real name. And the Rizzler, despite the fact that he is younger, isn't he, than Big Justice, Rizzler was like, what are you doing? You've messed this up. It was a lot. Apparently he was getting really wound up with him. The 2 with the charisma, right, are Big Boom AJ, who goes boom, and then the Rizzler, who's got the face. As far as I can tell, and this is my wrestling analysis here, Big Justice, the medium child, has nothing. He's not got anything. He hasn't got...
That's your opinion. I don't have an opinion on this because I don't really know too much about it. I like the Rizzler. The Rizzler's cool.
Funny. He's just got a funny face, hasn't he?
He's just, I don't know. He has what the children say, the Riz. He's got the Riz.
That's exactly
Hence why he's the Rizzler.
They're not even related as far as I know. They've just adopted this child who comes up because he's marketable and he's funny.
I think the thing is, and please correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like the Rizzler is the more popular one out of all of them. I feel like the Rizzler is the one that people gravitate towards the most.
Do people ironically like these guys? I can never tell with the new generation.
Yeah.
I can't tell if people actually enjoy Skibbity Toilet or if they just pretend to wind up older people like myself.
It's different. It's
we generational
differences,
we did it, didn't we?
What did we have?
I don't remember liking stuff ironically.
Peanut butter jelly time.
Peanut butter jelly time.
Like
David
that.
After Dentist.
I has
Nyan
cheeseburger. Cat. Yeah, Nyan Cat, stuff like
all
that.
That stuff. It's all just silly bollocks. Anyway, best of luck to him. I think it's cool that he's an actual wrestling fan.
Yeah, me too.
He said he'd prefer to do WWE.
Really?
Did you not read that?
No.
He did an interview. It's like, well, I was really hoping for WWE, but then AEW gave me a ring.
Damn.
And I was like, yeah. But no, he's gone on a proper press drive since
the thing.
then. And he has been really, really good. It was just, he obviously, he should have said that. It's funny. No new matches added to Full Gear last night, but the card at present just has the 9 matches, which sounds like a lot, but is a minuscule amount compared to some AEW pay-per-views. We've got
the AEW TNT title match. Jack Perry, the champion, defends against Daniel Garcia.
Roderick Strong versus Maxwell Jacob Friedman.
We've got the AEW World Tag Team title 4-way match. Private Party, the champions, defend against the Acclaim, the Outrunners, and the Kings of the Black Throne.
We got Will Ospreay versus the horrible Kyle Fletcher.
We got big old Bobby Lashley versus Swerve Strickland.
Bobby Lashley! We got the TBS title on the line as Mercedes Moné defends against Chris Statlander.
We've got Hangman Adam Page going up against Jay White.
For the AEW World title,
that's
John
wrong.
Moxley versus Orange Cassidy. That's right.
I apologize.
My cadence was all off there. No.
It's written down.
So it's shaping up to be what I think it looks like a pretty decent card. You can catch predictions. They're coming to the channel with Sam and Ross later on this evening. And we finish things off with the news that WWE have, quite surprisingly, I think, edited out a rather controversial Raw moment. Cast your minds back about a month. Carlito in that backstage segment saying, I got to learn Chinese with Kairi Sane and Io Sky there. Caused a lot of controversy. They cut it from all of the social media uploads. They cut it from the YouTube upload as well, but it has now also been cut from the video on demand episode of Raw on the network / Peacock. It was a reportedly ad-libbed line by Carlito, but as I say, drew a lot of criticism from fans online. We talked about it a lot before. We don't need to talk about it again. It's not a surprise that it has been cut from the network because there was reported, like they were reportedly quite unhappy about it backstage. It's one of those things that, like, in the Attitude Era, you wouldn't have given it a second thought, would you?
No,
all those things happened, but we live in a very, very different time now, and understandably it got a lot of criticism. So do not expect to watch that moment if you are tuning in on the WWE Network. As I say, you got pictures on the channel right now, predictions coming up a little bit later, and we got the live stream as well as what happened at coming up over the weekend too. Thank you very much for watching. Take care of yourselves. Do the face. Velcro. Man, see you in a bit.